The U.S. military's top brass summoned to Quantico, Virginia, 800 top officers. Secretary Hegseth outlining his vision, what's now expected of those military leaders, and talking about the highest male standard only for all of those who serve in the U.S. military. Then President Trump on stage, the president saying he has told Secretary Hegseth we should use some dangerous cities as training grounds for our military. Here's Martha Raddatz.
In an unprecedented meeting, which the former Weekend Fox and Friends host broadcast live, Secretary Pete Hegseth warning hundreds of combat-tested generals, admirals, and senior officers flown in from around the world that the military under his leadership will be dramatically changed.
No more identity months, DEI offices, dudes in dresses. No more climate change worship. No more division, distraction, or gender delusions. No more debris. We are done with that.
While the generals and admirals sat largely silent through the speech, Hegseth said military fitness and standards will be enforced. No more fat generals or admirals, he said.
I don't want my son serving alongside troops who are out of shape, or in combat unit with females who can't meet the same combat arms physical standards as men.
For those ground combat roles, which women have been performing for more than a decade, the high male standard will now be the norm.
If that means no women qualify for some combat jobs, so be it.
And Hegseth defending the firing of more than a dozen senior officers, including the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, C.Q. Brown, and the head of the Navy, Lisa Franchetti.
For too long, we've promoted too many uniformed leaders for the wrong reasons, based on their race, based on gender quotas, based on historic so-called firsts.
But Hegseth was not just talking personnel, but policy. The rules of engagement meant to protect civilians and non-combatants, those, he said, have become too politically correct.
We also don't fight with stupid rules of engagement. We untie the hands of our warfighters to intimidate, demoralize, hunt, and kill the enemies of our country.
President Trump then took the stage to address the officers.
And if you don't like what I'm saying, you can leave the room. Of course, there goes your rank, there goes your future.
Telling his audience of some of the most experienced warfighters in a generation, the military should practice on American cities.
I told Pete we should use some of these dangerous cities as training grounds for our military.
And David, I am told that many of the officers in the audience were especially jarred by those remarks about training in American cities. Others say they are now thinking about where their red lines are, because David Hegseth made clear that if they don't like what they are hearing from him, they should resign. David?
Martha Raddatz in Washington tonight. Martha, thank you.